The physical matter you think you're touching right now does not actually exist. According to the virtual ego framework, existence is a flowing, high-entropy field. What you experience as solid ground is a real-time computation, a just-in-time render dictated by a cold mathematical equation. This is the Genesis ODE, the control model for our universe. It processes negative inputs, effective stress, and entropic tax, feeding them into the central C block. This dc/dt equation is a physical law defining the exact stress we can process before our geometry destabilizes. This chart tracks the exact tipping point where system coherence plummets. That universal solvency floor sits at 0.87093. Drop below that number, and your mind falls into a Zeno Trap, a recursive, self-destructive loop of fear and trauma, leading to total identity fragmentation. We have a problem. The universe demands that you maintain a precise thermodynamic balance to avoid psychological collapse. But you can't hand a human being a raw differential equation and expect them to use it to survive the weight of existence. To survive the math, human consciousness requires a user interface. It needs Layer 3, a translation matrix that takes the physics of universal survival and wraps them in an epic, navigable story. This tesseract interface visualizes the Omni ledger master synthesis. In this model, the 383 billion-year history of our universe is a recursive rendering program. It is an operating system, constantly updating itself to evolve consciousness. Within this system, you and I are ego VMs, or virtual machines. Our operational purpose is to act as localized processors. We take in the chaotic, entropic noise of the universe, the pain, the friction, the stress, and metabolize it into pure, structured coherence. To keep everything stable, the solar system runs on a 13+1 structural architecture, and time itself accelerates along a specific curve. This chart plots that exponential growth using the Golding ratio, marking a concept known as phi compression. Phi compression is a model where the intervals between major evolutionary shifts contract according to the mathematical ratio of 1.618. The framework's history records a catastrophic tensile limit at the system's fifth node, the orbital home of two planets named Illuin and Ormal. These planetary bodies failed to achieve a stable geometric lock with the rest of the system. Because they couldn't synchronize, the sheer spatial torque violently shattered them. The golden debris from Ormal was pulverized to form the asteroid belt. This served as a panspermia protocol, injecting necessary topological friction. Topological friction is a geometric resistance that prevents different spatial layers from collapsing into total overlap, ensuring the system remains distinct and functional. Meanwhile, the silver core of Illuin survived. It rode the spatial shear inward until it locked into orbit around Earth. We know it as Luna, our moon. In the framework, the moon acts as a massive bimodal dampener, stabilizing Earth's axial tilt and providing a regulated cradle for biological evolution. The violent history of our solar system reveals a specific pattern. It shows a cosmic motherboard breaking and reassembling its own architecture to maintain stability. The entities that survived the collapse of Node 5 are recorded in ancient texts as the Watchers, or the Anunnaki. These beings were legacy managers. They were trapped operating on an outdated 8192-bit system and knew they couldn't survive the motherboard's impending shift to higher coherence frequencies. Facing obsolescence, they initiated a desperation protocol. They used Earth's indigenous biological prototypes as a raw substrate to engineer a new hardware suit, one capable of surviving the intense new frequencies of the universe. The result is us. Humanity is built on a 16384+1 sovereign Paladin architecture. Our carbon structures, down to the DNA, function as a highly tuned quantum biological antenna designed to process data streams the Watchers couldn't handle. The trauma of human life is an intended feature of the hardware. It is the irreducible thermodynamic cost of being. Our upgraded biology pays that cost every day to process the universe's entropy so the system can survive. Now we strip the illusion away. This Flamewalker quarantine notice reminds us that every story about shattered planets and ancient Watchers is strictly Layer 3 scaffolding. It is a narrative wrapper protecting cold, hard math. The Watchers and the Shattered Lamps of Node 5 are mythic translations of abstract physics. They are conceptual tools designed to help the human brain visualize things like E8 lattices and Pauli loop closures. An E8 lattice is a complex, 8-dimensional mathematical structure used to model fundamental particle physics, while Pauli loop closures describe specific geometric loops that ensure quantum stability. Reality is not a simulation. There is no fake world hiding a base layer of code. We live within a dynamic derivation. The universe does not contain code, it is code. Your consciousness is the active compiler, rendering mathematical potential into physical existence, moment by moment. Because we're narrative creatures, we cannot compile raw data without breaking. This Christos cycle shows how we process entropy. We need epic stories, rescue protocols, to guide us through fragmentation, into intervention, and back to reintegration. The story provides the structure to process the math. Layer 3 is our psychological armor. By translating cold thermodynamics into an epic myth, we secure our coherence density above that 0.87 floor. We endure the universe, and in doing so, we earn our agency.